So my voice is valuable, sir. వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా సార్? హలో సార్, వెంకటనారాయణ సార్. సార్ నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా? హలో
హలో సార్, కిరణ్ సార్.
వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా సార్?
సార్ విస్తుంది సార్, వాయిస్ క్లియర్గా వస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
Good evening to all. Sir, Kiran sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, sir. We'll begin the session, sir. So I request all the faculty members. So we feel very happy with your support only. So we conducted 9 sessions. Now it's the 10th session. So today, Dr. T. Kiran Kumar sir is going to present water sets, construction of water sets in water resources. So I request all the faculty, please assemble sharply by 7 o'clock. Only a short duration, half an hour. So we are preparing instructions also. So we do not extend more than half an hour. Okay. The coming sessions, we speak with uh, the subject experts and faculty members. So please refine, and so that the presentations will be going to effective manner. I hope we'll continue this KSRM faculty lecture series with your support. And also we are planning to allow the students also. That's why students members, please work out, identify the good topic and send us. We will schedule you later. So now the Kizar sir, please begin the session, sir. Kizar sir. Sir, now I hand over to Kiran sir. Please begin your session.
Okay, sir. So first of all, I am very thankful to the CRI, the director and principal, the CRI Dean Venkat Narayan Garu. So giving an opportunity to present a small talk on the watersheds. I'm very thankful to I am very thankful to all the participants who are joining for this lecture. So now I'll go for a presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Right.
One minute. So now today's my topic is so all of you my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Can you click on present, sir?
Okay, sir. So now, so today's my topic on faculty lecture series is the watershed development, its role in water resource management. So actually now at present days, the water resource management is a vital role because during this drought-prone series, drought-prone areas, so we are facing the main problem with the water problem. You may not expecting the world war, but we are expecting the water war. So that is why you had to manage our water resources by go for various the methods. So today I discuss briefly a talk on watershed development. So this is actually a government scheme. So before that, so uh, a sustainable development. So you have to know what is sustainable development. So whenever the
Sir,
resources,
sorry for the disturbance, sir.
sir,
Sir, can you click on the right side present, sir?
right side.
Yeah, top present and under, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, please click on that, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Okay. So now, in the case of sustainable development, so everybody, you know, the sustainability of natural resources. What is sustainable development? So any development, whatever the development, if you see the development, our country is based on the population is more, but still it is India is in a sustainable, in a developing stage. but whereas other countries are in the developed the countries. First, I want to know what is sustainable development. Sustainable development means is nothing but whatever the resources, the natural resources are utilizing for all the people. That resources are utilized for present generation as well as the future generation. So, in the sustainable development, sustainability, what factors you have to focusing on related to the resources management, like natural resources management. Like one is the soil erosion, next one is the water availability, next biomass productivity, suitability locality, simple to construct, unskilled labor and local labor. So labor availability, material availability, and whatever the technology is indigenous technology, access to information. So these are the main important the factors. So indicating sustainability of a natural resource. Next, if you go for a strategies for sustainable development of water resources. So what are the main important strategies? One is a water resource planning. Next, assessment of water resources. Next, you have to increase efficiency in water use. Next, water quality control, legislation related to water resources, education and training, and research and development, information systems and public participation, international cooperation. So, whenever what are the main important strategies? So, these are all the strategies are required. So, you have to go for a sustainability. So, this strategy is not only restricted to only one country. So, overall, anywhere. So, there is a proper planning is required, assessment is required. So, these are the main important the strategies of sustainable the development of water resources. So next coming to, so here today my topic is so watershed. So for water resource management, so many aspects are there because we have different sources like natural source of rainwater. So, but you have to, we have sufficient natural resources, but we are not able to conserve that water. So this actually the watershed is a one the agency, the central government implementing program. So watershed. So in the watershed, what is watershed? Everybody had to know. Watershed is nothing but a basin or a catchment area of water outlet passing through a single stream. It is called as a definition of watershed. So you see, so what are the main important parameters of watershed? So in the watershed development, the parameters of watershed means size, the shape. So these are all the, so once if you see the watershed, so in the catchment, these are all the parameters of watersheds are included. So size, shape, climate, drainage, land use, vegetation. So these are all the things. So next, you see, so how we can select the watershed. So what are the main important factors of factors you have to consider for selection of watershed, like depletion of groundwater, acute drinking water scarcity. Suppose if you take one area, so one village or one mandal, how we can identify, how we can implementing or allotting this watershed means like based on all these the parameters. So whenever there is a problem of depletion of groundwater. Next, there is a scarcity of water or acute drinking water scarcity. Next, suppose the people are laborers are moving from one place to another place with there is no the proper employment in that area. So migration of labor. Next, this proportion of this based on the caste basis also the below poverty level not covered under assured integration. Like these are all the just because of the time limit. Just you go through. These are the main important the parameters in the watershed. So this is actually a watershed model. So in the watershed model, so if you see in the catchment area, so in the these are all the streams, and the streams are passing. Then in the it consists of the second order stream or third order stream or some the structures or like a vegetative cover or like some ponds, some rivers. Like this is called just like a watershed model or in a catchment area. So next, so if you see in the watershed management, So what are the main important? So if to carry any watershed management project effectively and in a systematic way, the following basic information is needed. So first you have to go for preliminary investigations. Next, comprehensive investigation. So this is a watershed. Next, so first preliminary investigation. So that means you have to go and inquire the area based on all the parameters are the fulfill. So based on the geological the factors, based on the social status of the people, all these things you have to check first in the preliminary investigation. Then in the second one is the comprehensive investigations. Then so implementation is very very important. So not only the implementation and everything is monitoring and evaluation is also very very important. And for last one is the follow up and action. So one thing you remember, so to carry on any watershed management, for what purpose you have to carry this watershed? So to improve the water resources, to manage the water resources effectively. So these are the five important. First, preliminary investigation, comprehensive investigation, implementation. Next, monitoring and evaluation. This is very very important. Monitoring and evaluation. And so once if you, because of all the water resources structures, you may not get immediate results. So you may not expect the short term results. You're getting a long term results. So for that purpose, suppose if you construct any structure, you have to maintain, you have to monitoring and evaluate. So that means evaluation means once if you before the project, so what is the status of the project? Then after completion of the project, what is the status? Whether the parameters are improved or not. Okay, then follow-up action is very very important one. Next, what are the main important objectives of watershed development program? So in the watershed management program, so main aim is to balance the conservation of regeneration and use by humans of land and water resources within a watershed. So you just to see the overall attitude of the watershed development approach by large are therefore so it's promoting economic development of rural area employment generation and restoring ecological the balance. So this is the main important objective of watershed development the program. Next, so what are the main important the components of watershed development program? So in the components of watershed development program would include, one is soil and land management and water management. Next, crop management, afforestation, woodland development, livestock management, rural energy management, and other farm and non-farm activities. So these are all the, so that means you see all these components are interdependent and interactive. So one thing you remember, they are not independent. Everything is interdependent. So you see, so once this is not a that means it is a multidisciplinary activity is the watershed. So here soil and land management is there, water management is there, and crop management, afforestation. So these are the main important the components in the watershed. Next, in the watershed development program, actually this is central government. So like different agencies like desert program, land resources. So this Ministry of Rural Development. These are all the organizations. They do all these programs. Next, need for hydraulic structures in watershed. So in the watershed, the main important to conserve the water, to conserve the soil, to improve the greenery, and to improve the economical development. For that purpose, you need some structures. So conserving soil and water, improving ability of land to hold the water, rainwater harvesting, groundwater recharge, to control the erosion. So to improve the soil moisture holding capacity. So why you have to control the erosion? To improve the soil moisture holding capacity, converting degraded agricultural lands and wastelands into productive and high yielding lands. You see, so these are all the water harvesting hydraulic the structures. Next, so different types of structures. So one thing you remember, in the watershed, in the catchment area, you have to do two main program. One is area treatment, and one more is the drainage line treatment. So in the area treatment, to conserve the soil, to maintain the soil effectively, and in the drainage line treatment to conserve the water effectively. So that means drainage line treatment. So next, you see the main purpose and effects of area treatment. So if you want to area treatment, so what are the main important treatment methods, and what is the purpose, and what is the effect? If you just go through this table, you will clearly understanding treatment method in that area in the soil. You have to improve the vegetative cover. So for once, if you improve the vegetative cover to reduce the impact of raindrops on soil. Once if rainfall is fall, to reduce the soil may not erode, and minimum disturbance and displacement of soil particle. Like that, you say apply water infiltration methods. So to infiltrate the water, like that, this is the area treatment. And next, if you go for a purpose of effects of drainage treatment, if you say so, drainage treatment means to conserve the water. For conservation of water, these are the steps you remember. Next, you see for how we can predict the methods of soil erosion in a drainage basin. For estimation of erosion, so you have to use different methods. One is soil surveys. Next, this is some empirical formulas, universal soil loss equations, A is equal to RKL SCP. So this is one important universal, the method you have to use to predict the soil erosion. And what are the main important the preventive methods for preventive of are based on the principle of soil management. So this is just to go through the what are the main important the preventive measures like so this here I given the most commonly recommended soil management techniques for erosion prevention are like cover crops, reduce mulch, conservation of tillage. So these are all so all the farmers they know, and to create awareness, the farmers, the people give. That is why in the watersheds, water conservation means one civil engineer is required. Then soil conservation, agriculture is required, and improve the forest resources. One forest person is required, and to improve the social status of the people, social scientist is required. So this is a multidisciplinary aspect. So one is to improve that to measure the preventive measures. And preventive measures in the watershed based approach. You just go through this the flow chart. You'll clearly how you can control the erosion. Next, what are the structures to reduce the runoff velocity? So for controlling, for reducing the runoff, structures to dissipate runoff energy, like these are all the structures. You see, like drop structures and other engineering device are installed to dissipate the energy of concentrated runoff, flood water, or flows of long duration, and some commonly used structures. Because in the first one, how we can conserve the soil, what the structures we need, we are discussed, and how we can what are the preventive measures already I given for soil. So that means that is the area treatment. And whereas in the drainage treatment, so drainage treatment means to conserve the soil, to reduce the runoff velocity. Once if you reduce the velocity, automatically to conserve, to store the water. For storage or for arresting of water, what type of the structures you need? These are all the structures you have to use. Some structures they dissipate the energy, and some structures, some concrete structures. And one thing you remember, these are all the locally available material, the structures. So these are the overall the conclusions behind in my the topic in the watershed development in the program, to intensify implementation of policy of putting prevention and taking comprehensive control measures. So strengthen advocacy to promote the awareness of water and soil conservation, intensify the enforcement of law of water and soil conservation monitoring and supervision, and practically restrict the occurrence of man-made soil erosion, intensify the water and soil conservation, eco-environmental improvement, revise the engineering plans and water conservation. These are the conclusions. You see, these are the some the structures like water flowing over check dam. These are all the in dot areas, just like in Kadapa, Raichoti, this area, this check dam, and this is for what purpose? To conserve the soil water. So this is one way to reduce the surplus water. You have to divert in the downstream side, and then so upstream side and the downstream side here. This is the check dam. So like 1.5 meters height in terms of 3 meters, you have to construct across the river, across the channel. Then the surplus water will overflow, and then it may give the recharge of water ground levels in the surrounding areas. This is a rockfill dam. So like that. So these are the some structures this is a continuous contour trench for soil conservation, staggered contour trench, and these are all regarding this soil conservation, the structures. So some more the structures, like if you want to improve the vegetative growth, fodder crop rise in the watershed areas, and this is one more the check dam, like valley portion of the watershed, and this is also one type of farm pond here we have to construct. So overall, and here to horticultural plantation in that watershed area. So this is called a farm pond or a dugout pond near horticulture, the plantation. So these are all the structures. So one thing you remember, so instead of go for a long-term very big structure, there is a need of the small structures like this type of programs to improve the water resources as well as to manage the water resources in that catchment area. This is one more structure is a Gavin structure. These are all the structures. These are the life. With this, I once again I'm very the organizers for giving this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So participants, do you have any queries? Please, you can ask this. Sir,